When you put your money in a bank, you probably think it's just sitting there safely. But the truth is, your money is not resting. It's working every single day. And most of the profit it generates does not go to you. In this video, we're going to break down how banks use your money to get rich, why the system works this way, and why most people never question it. Once you understand this, you'll never look at your bank account the same way again. This is Business Decoded, where we explain how money and businesses really work. When you deposit money into a bank, you are not storing it. You are lending it. Legally, the moment your money enters the bank, it becomes the bank's money. In return, you receive a promise. A promise that you can withdraw it when you need it. But while that money is sitting in your account, the bank is free to use it. And that's where the real business begins. Banks don't just accept deposits as a favor. They actively need them. Deposits are the raw material of banking. The more money a bank holds in deposits, the more it can lend, the more it can invest, and the more profit it can generate. This is why banks compete for your money, savings accounts, promotions, mobile apps, all designed to attract deposits. Because every dollar you deposit increases the bank's ability to make money elsewhere. Banks do not keep all deposited money in a vault. They only keep a small fraction. The rest is loaned out to individuals buying homes, to businesses expanding operations, to governments funding projects. This system is known as fractional reserve banking. It allows banks to lend out many times more money than they actually have on hand. Here's a simple example. You deposit $1,000. The bank keeps a small percentage as reserve. The remaining amount is loaned to someone else. That loan is then deposited into another bank, which keeps a fraction and lends the rest again. From a single deposit, multiple loans are created, and every one of those loans earns interest. Now here's the part most people overlook. The bank pays you very little interest on your savings, sometimes less than inflation, but it charges much higher interest on loans. The difference between what the bank earns and what it pays you is profit. Your money is actively working, just not primarily for you. Banks don't stop there. They also use deposited money to invest. They buy government bonds. They finance large corporations. They invest in real estate and infrastructure. These investments generate steady, predictable returns. Returns backed by money that came from depositors. Yet most depositors never share meaningfully in these gains. Another powerful advantage banks have is time. Interest compounds daily, month after month, year after year. Even small percentages become enormous when applied to billions of dollars over decades. This is why banks are among the most profitable institutions in the world, not because they work harder, but because they control how money flows. So why do people accept this system? Because banks offer convenience, security, access, trust, and for most people, that feels like a fair trade. But understanding the system gives you awareness. You can choose to remain only a participant, or you can begin learning how money actually moves. For the average person, this doesn't mean avoiding banks. It means understanding the role you play. Your bank account is not just storage. It's part of a much larger system. A system that rewards ownership, scale, and time. Once you understand this, you start to think differently. Not just about where you keep money, but how money should work for you. Banks are not evil. They are businesses. They operate according to rules designed to reward those who understand them. The real disadvantage is not using banks. It's not understanding how the system works. This is why financial education matters. Because once you understand how banks use money, you begin to ask better questions. And better questions lead to better decisions. This is what we break down here on Business Decoded. How money and businesses really work, without the noise.